Hey, what's up everybody? Corey from My2Cents, and we will be doing a quick unboxing and overview of the Huawei Honor 5X. So we have our nice blue box here, and you can see that kind of hidden Honor shiny gloss on the matte box with the nice silver Honor on the front as well. So no other crazy hidden messages on the box, but it is a budget style phone, so I'm really interested to see how this kind of feels and looks like once we get it out of the packaging here. I paid $199 for this, so that's a pretty good deal. So the phone itself looks like it's in a plastic bag. Let's pop this thing open, and looks like on the back you have some information about the dual SIMs, micro SD card slots, the power and volume buttons. Everybody needs to know where those are at. It's hard to find on most phones, right? Anyways, it feels pretty good in the hand. It's a little bit on the light side. It does come with a screen protector installed as well, but it does have a metal back on it. Let's set it aside. We'll talk about that more in just a few seconds. In the box itself, we have a separate wall adapter and charge cable, which is kind of nice. Don't see a lot of budget phones coming with that. It seems like, well, let me see that from Motorola at least. And then the USB cable seems to be pretty decent. It's not going to be any of your braided cables, but nothing fancy. And then we have our packaging here, SIM card eject tool. See if there's any cool goodies inside of this. I don't understand why they keep this informational packaging here. It's nobody actually reads this, in my opinion. You need that quick start guide to figure out how to turn on your phone. But hey, whatever. So the phone itself, right on the back here, you can see that we have our camera with a flash, our fingerprint sensor, the Honor logo on the back, and then we have volume up and down and power on this side. On the bottom of the phone are charge ports, a downward-facing speaker, and a couple of screws that hold this phone together. On the opposite side, we have a couple of SIM card slots. I'm guessing one of these also houses the micro SD card. Then across the top, it looks like we have a microphone slot and a headphone jack here as well. And on the front, looks like we have our front-facing camera, an LED notification light, which is lighting up currently. You can see that we have a thin film screen protector on the front, which is kind of cool. That comes pre-installed. You don't have to worry about scratching it if you don't have one already. And we have the metal finish on the back with a little plastic down here at the bottom. So what's that $200 going to get you? Well, this is a fairly large phone for a budget phone, 5.5-inch screen size. The one thing it does ship with is Android 5.1, which is a little backwards in the game. It's a 1080p by 1920 screen, so a 401 pixels per inch, so no crazy super 4K, but pretty decent screen. It's an IPS LCD screen. It's coming with a Snapdragon 616, which is a quad-core 1.5 gigahertz. It's got an Adreno 405 as a GPU, so nothing extremely crazy in that front, but to be expected. It does come with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigabytes internal storage, but you can expand that with the micro SD card slot. You're also getting the fingerprint sensor, which is pretty rad on a budget phone. The rear-facing camera is a 13 megapixel. You get the autofocus LED flash, but no OIS. You're getting a front-facing camera, which is 5 megapixels as well. You get your standard Wi-Fi stuff, so you're getting 802.11n, so no AC in there as well. No fast charge on this either, but it does have a 3,000 milliamp battery, which is pretty big for the size of phone. It does have an Android skin on it, which is EMUI, which is it kind of looks a little iPhone-ish. I don't want to say it, but that does a little bit. It's a dual SIM phone as well, so if you do have 2 SIM cards, it definitely supports that. We can actually pop those out real quick and take a quick look at them. So one tray houses a SIM as well as the SD card. So nice long tray, and then the second tray up here at the top will support the secondary SIM. So you can make a different phone call, all that jazz that you would see if you have 2 phones. You can consolidate into one with this phone, which is kind of cool feature for a phone that's a budget phone as well. Now also, the camera is a big deal, and I'm not going to say this is a game changer. I mean, but it's a pretty decent camera. I mean, for a lot of budget phones, they cut a lot of corners. The one thing which was a little bit funky is every once in a while it didn't necessarily want to focus the way that I wanted it to. You do have a little bit of the manual controls that you would see, but you do have a lot of camera shot options. But I mean, again, you're looking at a budget phone. It comes with a decent camera, so I think that's pretty cool. To get into a lot of the white balance ISO stuff, you have to go all the way into the settings to get there. From what I found so far on the phone, which isn't a crazy big deal for a lot of people. But if you're looking for your super great photos, then you'd have to get in there to do that. But again, I mean, if you're looking for a budget phone, you shouldn't be expecting the crazy good cameras. But I would say that this, as a shooter, a point-and-click shooter, it's pretty decent. I was pretty happy with the results that it provided. The fingerprint sensor is solid. This thing, I never had it misread my finger at all. It always recognized, which is a pretty awesome feature on this phone. $200 again. So far, I'm really liking this phone within this price point. Now, the software it's a little weird. I didn't run into any lagginess so far, but one thing that I thought was kind of cool was this little system tray that you can actually pop into without having to unlock your phone, which is something that bothered me on other phones. I mean, why do I gotta unlock my phone to get into my flashlight, my camera, that kind of stuff? The settings, you do have to enter in your security code or use a touch sensor. Now, if this phone appeals to you, I'll throw a product link down below, but in my opinion, if I was looking for a budget phone compared to the OnePlus X or the Motorola Moto G, I would actually pick the Honor 5X over it just because of the feature set, the build quality. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace. Next one.